Good morning, happy Friday, welcome to the show. I'm Sean Cole. This is the Pit Stop by the Sim Pit, and with me today is Amir Assad. How you doing, Amir?
Hey, buddy, how's it going, man?
It's
It's Friday. I'm
it.
excited.
I am too. I am very excited. Except for I think I have to work all weekend. Yeah. Anyway, I'm loving this new duo thing we have going, and for those watching, Amir was here filling in for me last week. I was a little under the weather. And today we're both here, and next week it'll either be me or both of us, and then after that it's going to be a string of a mirror, because I am now into crunch time. So if I am not on Discord as much talking, if I'm not out there being social like I was, I am now into crunch time. Our move is now imminent within 2 to 3 weeks. I don't have a firm date, but I now am to the point where, wow, this studio is going to take a lot of work to take down to be able to keep it in good enough condition to move it. I mean, I could just tear it all down and be done, but to keep it in good shape so that I can move it and build a new studio is a whole other thing. So, yeah, my process begins now, really. I have a few projects I'm working on for the show before I get out of here, and then it's going to be full steam ahead on packing, moving, unpacking, and building a new studio. So that is very, very, very close to where we're at. And I'll just tell you guys, I'll be honest, I always am. I'm through the roof. My stress levels are 11 out of 10 right now. I'm kind of freaking out. The realization that I'm leaving Santa Cruz is setting in. I love Santa Cruz. We spent a lot of effort and energy getting here. Having the rug pulled out from underneath me is breaking my heart and causing me a lot of grief. So anyway, that's enough about me. But I just want to let you guys know, because I know a lot of you I chat with and talk regularly on Discord, and if I'm not going to be around, I don't want, this is what's going on. There's nothing weird going on. This is what's going on. Excuse me. Oh, a couple burps there. Excuse me.
Oh, man.
Little stomach's talking back, too. See, like I said, my stress is through the roof. A few good mornings. Greg Turner, first one in the show today. Good morning to you. Tom Jones, Joa, Lucas, how you doing? Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Ken Estep, Caitlin's here. Tom Jones, I already said hello to you. So anyway, yeah. If you are here, be sure to thumbs up the show. Give it a like. Encourage us to keep doing them. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Get into our Discord, !Discord in the chat will get you a link to our Discord channel. It's also in the description. Anyway, all right, enough about me. Amir, how are you? What's up?
Yeah. Oh, I'm good, buddy. Man, it's been I mean, like you, I'm not moving, but trying to start setting up my second career has been kind of stressful, because that's going to involve moving in the future too, getting all that stuff done. Yeah, and now kind of like entering into Sim Racing Expo prep. I mean, can you believe it, dude? It's already like tomorrow, or like Monday is going to be September already.
I can't
Like,
believe how fast
where
time
had
goes.
this year gone,
Yeah.
man? It's crazy to think about. Yeah, everything that we've done throughout this year, and like, yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
But yeah, that's it for me, man. Just trying to knock out videos, trying to prep our road league that's gonna start up in a couple weeks, and then yeah, the Sim Racing Expo in like about a month. Trying to get all that stuff prepped and ready for it.
Amir is hard to hear. I'll adjust his volume next time he speaks. I'll do a little adjustment there, Alesh.
There you go.
So, Joa, yes, I've informed everybody that all gear should be sent to you in my absence, so they've got that forwarding address for sure. Alesh says that shaving regularly lowers the stress 20%. Ask Amir.
No,
No,
that's not true.
It's not?
Not shaving is the best thing ever.
That's what I thought. I'm like, I don't
That's-
even think about it. In fact, truth be told, I think this is the longest my beard has ever been. Ever.
And it looks majestic.
And this is the longest my hair's been. I know it doesn't show, but this is the longest my hair's been in a decade. I just have not cut or shaved anything in a while. Tom,
And you got that majestic beard, man. I'm super jealous. I gotta wait at least like another 2 more months before I can start doing that. Yeah.
I got a good jump on November this year, Movember.
There you go.
So, Anyway, lots of crazy going on in the Sim Pit house, as you've heard. Not a lot going on in the sim racing world, though. I think Gamescom, I think everybody, I think everyone is being really quiet, hush hush, trying to make a big impression at Gamescom, and now we're past that, so we're going to have a little bit of lull, probably until Sim Expo, probably. Good morning, Wayne. I see you into the chat. John Hill, good morning to you. Simrig and Spatial Dragon, good mornings for you guys. Tom Jones telling me to get a haircut. Oh, now do you mean the hair? My hair, hold on, I'll take my headphones off. I don't think that my hair is anywhere, I don't think anyone on earth would call this a hippie. This is almost still a buzz cut. But look at a mirror. Mr. Military's hair is 3 times my length. Now my beard is getting a little out of control. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest with you. I really don't. I have no desire to have one of those, Tank Abbott beards that you can, stroke. I have no desire to have some bushy beard that makes me look unemployed. But I just haven't found my groove on the right beard style for me. I was actually thinking, this is weird because I haven't done this in 30 years. I was actually thinking, do I need to go to a barber and just walk and be like, do whatever you got to do?
I would do it, man. Just see, I plan on once I'm done, I'm planning on a whole year, maybe no shaving and no haircut. Just become the ultimate hippie for a year. Just
long hair and long beards reduce stress and keep the ladies happy. That's right.
Oh man, you were saying there was a lack of news. I just shared something with you. Not really news, but it's kind of a teaser that Joa found it on Facebook. So I don't know if you want to share this little teaser coming out of not Moza, but another company too.
You mean this Roxanne post?
Yeah.
All right. This is Who's Roxanne? Roxanne. Sorry.
For day job, Sean.
All right. As good as the P1000s seem to be, I think the Sprints have an advantage over them. This is Trent Bennett posted this. Hector Miranda replied, "Your next upgrade should be P2000s, HE Ultimate, or Moza Active Pedal." Simagic Official responded to that. Hector Miranda, even if we came out with ours, bum-ba-dum-bum. Bum-ba-dum-bum. Roxanne's gonna buy Fnatic.
Right. See, everybody now is jumping on the active pedal. It's gonna be the new thing, man. Everybody's gonna come out with their own version of it, which is that's good for us. It means we don't have to pay $2,000 a pedal. These guys are going to compete for the price.
Means more performance, right? Because everyone's going to kind of copy and steal and be like, oh, well, they do this better, so let's copy that, right? So more performance, and because of the competition of multiples, it is going to reduce prices, and that is the magic. That, I'll talk and trash capitalism a lot, but in this case, that is capitalism at its best. So the capitalism at its worst would be when Roxanne buys all 3 of those companies and we no longer have fair competition. That's the downside. Anyway, all right, we're not here for that. Otherwise, it'll be an 8-hour show, I guarantee you. You get me going on that. All right,
I know, right?
CZ is on 3 years of a no haircut. Can we call that a binge?
Oh, man. Yeah?
Anyone know the price for the Moza pedals? No word, Locus, on the active pedal. No, we have no clue.
Yeah, I'm not even estimating they'll be out until maybe next year, maybe late spring, early summers when we'll probably start seeing them, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it took them a while for the R3 to come out, even because you got that wheelbase a year ago, and it finally came out 2 months ago.
I think there was a little trouble on coming to production on that one. It was very weird for Moza's normal timeline.
Right.
So, I think something might have gone a little funky. All right, let's play the guessing game. What do you guys think the Moza Active pedal will cost? How much is the Simucube? It's $14.99? Is it $12.99?
Something like that. Yep. T do T do.
Yeah, I want some guesses. I have a number in mind. I do have a number in mind that I think they're gonna hit. This would be just based on Moza. I don't think it's quite as sophisticated as the SimuCube pedal. So not only is it the Moza company that's known for finding someone else's design, doing their own version, putting it out at a lesser price. Tom Jones. Okay, wait. Tom Jones is guessing $399. Is that our only guess? Joa's guessing $1,000. I don't think it's gonna. $999. Another for $1,000. Okay. Any other guesses out there? You look familiar. Were you on a different sim channel at one point? Amir?
Oh, me or I think you? I think you're talking about you, Sean. I've only been here.
Man, this guy with a beard has never been on a channel ever before. There's never been a beard on another channel.
Are you sure? I mean, used to have a beautiful lady on the show too.
How could I forget that?
Yeah, right.
Duh. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes. I don't know if you were joking, Video Game Madness, but yes, my name is Sean Cole, and I am formerly of Sim Racing Tonight, aka Inside Sim Racing. And this is my own private venture, the Sim Pit, that has actually been running for 10 years, believe it or not. But thank you for recognizing my past. I appreciate it. All right, more guesses. Joa's, okay, we got that. Simray's guessing somewhere between 500 and 750. Michael Tuck, good morning to you.
Hey, buddy. I'm more in line with Simrig 412. I'm thinking somewhere around that.
Right.
Yeah, somewhere around that price tag. Maybe 600?
So
I'd say 600.
I was going to go with 599. 599. Moses is a 99 company. They love the 99s. I think it's good.
Yeah,
I think
true.
a Chinese 99 is a lucky number, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know that.
I'm totally.
Yeah. I mean,
totally.
yeah.
Full
See,
of it.
I'd say probably around that price range. Just seeing how Moza's marketing strategy and pricing has been, I'd probably guess right around that realm.
Yeah.
They want to be able to grab almost everybody. Not, yeah.
Now, I have to tell you, I am pretty excited to hear that Sim Magic is doing their variation. I love, I got to tell you, in the whole, and again, we don't have a lot of news. I don't mind taking a little bit of rabbit hole here, but I love both Sim Magic and Moza a lot, and I think they've had a incredible positive impact on the sim racing market, and maybe at a really critical time when Fnatic was sort of having issues supplying, forget their issues as a company, supplying gear to the masses is my concern, right? Ambassadors of sim racing, not pro any company, but Fnatic was having trouble doing that, and I think it's really, really awesome that Moza and Sim Magic came on the scene right when that need was there, and they have both been very impressive. But for me, I will tell you this is what my take. I think that Sim Magic has a little bit of an edge on quality, and that their stuff is maybe just one step above. Like they don't even make a 3 or a 5 Newton meter, right? They're playing more at that SimuCube level, and so I think that their stuff usually is just a little bit higher grade. It's usually a little bit more expensive. Now, with that said, what I love about Moza is what I just alluded to. We are truly talking from the basement to the penthouse. I mean, the R3 combo is so inexpensive for a direct drive wheel that, like, it puts the T300 in trouble. It says, we're done with gear drive, wheels. Ironically, I'm reviewing a PXN V99, by the way. But they're at $229. So if you're going to try to sell me a gear-driven wheel in 2024, you better throw in pedals and a shifter and make it $229. And then I'm actually interested for all my beginner friends out there.
Yeah.
So, all right. Any other thoughts, anyone? Any other thoughts on the Sim Magic Moza? Interesting news. All right. Enough of that, then.
I'm good.
All right. Let's get back on track. back on track. All right. This week.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you because like, oh, this was like really cool news.
No,
like,
that was awesome.
you're right. I know.
That's why I love doing this as a duo. It's just so much more cool like that. All right. Simrig. Simrig says, I love my Moza R12 and SimMagic Alpha. Oh, and that's what I was getting at. When it comes to the direct battle in the pedal department, whether you're talking the P1000 or P2000, I prefer both of those to the CRP1 pedals. We're not talking CRP2s yet. With that said, that has me more optimistic for the SimMagic active pedal, right? Because right now I do feel that they have the edge in the pedal department specifically. And my question to Simrig was, have you tried, what did you think of the 3.0 algorithm? That was my last week's video. It was a little Gamescom update on everything from Moza. This week, though, it was Amir doing something that I've wanted to do forever and just haven't had the time. And so what he did is he did a long-term review. The InSim Talento pedals, which are amazing pedals, but, you know, anything can be amazing for a day. Anything can be amazing for 2 weeks in our test period, and I'm going to be very brutally honest with you. We get something for review, we hammer on it. I mean, I will spend 1, 2, 3 weeks, depending on the product, hammering on it. But that is still the honeymoon phase. You know, things don't always go wrong. I mean, usually things that are going to go wrong in the first 3 weeks came out of the box wrong. You know, so long-term is important. What is the longevity of the product? Does the calibration hold? Does the strength hold? And so on. So, 18 hours ago, yesterday, Amir released his video of the long-term review of the Talento pedals, which is really cool. Any quick thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, it's the first time I've done a long-term review, and I kind of felt like I should have because, yeah, they've been my workhorse pedals, like I say in the video. Like, I've tried a bunch of other pedals, I've reviewed a couple other sets of pedals, but these are the ones I've always, like, I always end up going back to, I always end up putting back on my rig because I just feel so comfortable with them. And because my biggest gripe with a lot of pedals that are out there is you have to adjust your driving style or your driving technique to the pedals because you're there's not a lot of adjustability in pedal sets nowadays. Like they build it, they make the shape, and they sell it. There are some you can have some adjustments like the Huskenfelds and things like that. But with these ImSims, like, you can adjust so many things. You can adjust the pre-tension, the preload, the travel, the angle of the pedal. There's so many things you can do, and like customize it and make those pedals fit your style. And I think that's a way bigger plus when it comes to pedals. You'd be able to get more out of those pedals when you're actually feeling comfortable using them, versus you having to, oh, okay, this worked in this pedal, this doesn't work here. So, and I really liked it. And then once I put the haptics, the SimMagic haptics on them, dude, it was game over. I can't use any other set of pedals. Like, before this, I had hydraulic pedals, and I can never go back to those pedals anymore. Like they're right here. Like, I haven't put them back on the rig yet because I'm reviewing another set of pedals right now. But these will always be on my forever rig. They'll never get taken off. In 2 years, I've never had to calibrate, never had to readjust, never had to do anything to them in those 2 years that I've had it.
That is super cool. That's what you pay for. That's why, you know, that's what you can wish. I mean, you mentioned a couple of things there that I want to hit upon, but, you know, I'm playing with this V99 wheel, and I have nothing but spring tension on the brake pedal. I mean, it is the floppiest. It's actually a fairly strong spring, or medium strong, but it's just so there's no secondary, and it just really pointed out how important dialing your pedals in to your braking style. So I feel like we all have sort of an idea in our mind how hard I want to press the pedal for my normal threshold, not going to emergency, like my normal threshold braking. And this is how much I want to be able to press without thinking. And having a secondary resistance that timed or set up to prevent, or that you really need to ask for more beyond that point, right? On an ask-need basis, I think is really critical to nailing apexes and threshold braking to its maximum. Doing it with a spring is very difficult. Doing it with a poorly adjusted for you pedal is also very difficult.
Yeah.
I just find with those, I'm stabbing it way too hard, and sure, I'm accustomed to a much heavier brake. And I also understand, too, you get a set of pedals that you are really dialed in with. I could change my steering wheel out an hour before the race.
Right.
And I'll be okay. I can't necessarily say the same thing about my brake set. You know?
Right.
I have 2 sets that I go to dependably. And, you know, one is hydraulic, my Ricmotech hydraulics, and I love them. But honestly, they do take a little bit more maintenance. They just, something about them, a lot more moving parts maybe. But I love their effect. Now, if I just want my bulletproof, I have a pair of Simtracks sitting on this rig right now. And I just, same thing. I have them so perfectly dialed in for the way I brake that it's almost flawless, right? Which, you know, as a mediocre racer at best, my version of flawless is interesting. All right. All right, let's see. Amir wishes that Sean presses his brake harder a lot of the times.
Just a little bit.
Oh, but come on.
Sometimes.
Anybody who's raced against me, you know for a fact that I am a monster under braking. I mean, if there's one thing I do well, I feel it's braking, and I tend to do the braking task of racing. I'm not as good with the throttle pedal. I am much better with the brake pedal. Because I like to make people nervous and ride their bumper under heavy braking too. I don't like back down a lot. I like keeping my nose there, making people nervous, and sometimes there's some contact. What can I say?
Saying I know it's just it's so funny that it's a joke like now it's a joke now. This simple we laugh at it so much. It just always happens that. It only happens when me and Sean are racing each other. Like, I'm not going to give Sean an inch if I'm ahead of him. Like, no, you are going to have to, like, muscle your way through. And then the same thing, like, with him. He's like, you know, I'm putting the car in there because I'm not going to stop. And because we don't give each other an inch. We know how each other drives. And we get so competitive against each other. Like, we don't want to yield to anything.
Yeah, it's more fun that way for sure.
Exactly, man.
Let's see. Someone mentioned the NanCon wheel. We only in the news, so we've only seen as much as you have. Video Game Madness. I need to reach out to them actually. Sometimes you expect the phone to ring. Sometimes you got to get proactive. And forgive me, I've been very preoccupied, so I've been a little off my game on contacting companies for everything I explained at the beginning of the show. Michael Tuck, good morning to you. And yes, I tried the GTI springs way back when for the G27. And that just reminds me, before we had load cell, the great lengths we went through to create a secondary resistance on a spring-only pedal set. So maybe it could be progressive springs like the GTI. We could be talking about the Nixon mod, aka the Eraser mod. I know the Racquetball mod. I never did it because it was kind of right when I started getting more and more gear sent to me, but I almost went and bought some RC shocks to create my own spring and damper system that I was just going to piggyback onto the Logitech pedal. We had to go to great lengths to create a decent pedal back in the day. Luckily, that's not such a problem now. No. Active. And somebody had asked the advantages. What are the advantages of an active pedal? I'm sure you've seen and are seeing, Amir just mentioned putting some kind of a transducer on your pedals. So Moza has their new haptics. SimMagic has their haptics. Fnatic, ironically, has had shakers on their motors since the beginning of the Club Sport pedals. It's just no one ever used them. But creating a sensation in the pedal. So focus mainly your thinking on the brake pedal, because this is where it would be most noticeable. But you could literally have a pedal that gives you a bump at lockup. Mm-hmm. So the minute your wheels start to lock up, you're going to get a feedback. If you've ever driven a car that has real ABS on it, you'll get a sensation when the ABS is active. You'll feel it in the brake pedal. So think of it as that. It is cues and signals in your pedal that can rival and are similar to why we love force feedback in our steering wheel. Now, it's not going to be as noticeable as steering wheel force feedback because it's activated differently. I think a lot could be done with a transducer and maybe not necessarily need the active pedal or the expense of. But that's arguable. I've never truly used an active pedal myself, so I can't say for sure.
I mean, yeah, I'd say like the big advantage with active pedals. I got to try them at the expo, at the Sim Expo last year. The biggest advantage to them over like using a haptic or rumble motors is you don't need elstometers, you don't need all that stuff to change the brake feel. You do it all software, and then you save your profile. So like if you're racing, like for example, TCR cars where you got a softer brake, you can load up that profile and it automatically softens up the brake feel right there. Or if you're going to be driving more of an open wheel car where it has a hard brake, you load up that software and it makes the brake harder to feel. So to me that's the biggest advantage of the active pedals, is you being able to adjust how soft, how hard you want when you're including pedals that already have haptic or rumble features in them.
Absolutely. Well, just think, you could have a setting too. And so, I mean, anybody who's driven multiple different types of race car will tell you that the brake pedal will feel drastically different. Like how much, not just the force, but like when it starts ramping up pressure, how quickly does it all come on? I mean, like, I know they love racing Miatas, but let's face it, it's a Miata. And, for the most part, you're going to have a brake system that's going to have a little bit of squish to it. It's a civilian car turned race car. Now, you go get in a car that never saw a license plate, and it was purpose-built as a race car, some kind of open-wheeler, and I guarantee you the brakes are going to be a lot stiffer. It doesn't mean stronger. It doesn't mean it takes more pressure to press upon them, just the feeling you get back from the pedal. So being able to change those things. Imagine especially if you are a real-life racer, and your whole sim racing world is about practicing for real-life moments. Being able to, that is so much beyond just being able to change the spring or elastomers or whatever. This is like exactly how much distance before I feel something, exactly how much pressure, and being able to dial in every aspect of it. Wait, so Simrig, I was wondering when Amir threw his European elastomer out, but I'm like such a moron. Let me put my thing on. I when it comes to the English language, which you would think it would be my second language sometimes, but here. I'm gonna get my disclaimer.
I said I've been German. I've been in Germany way too long.
I gotta fix my disclaimer because it's covering Amir. That's not fair.
Oh.
There we go. Is that one more? One more. There it is. Okay.
That's right. People would rather see the glorious beard, man. It's all good.
No, I can center it between us, and it's just a joke one anyway. It says Sean's a moron.
Elastometer. Oh, yeah.
Elastometer. That's what you said. Say aluminum.
Aluminum.
Okay. You still have a little American left in you.
Aluminium.
Yeah. Oh, God. That hurts. Sorry, Euros. Sorry, guys, but that one... I don't even know who's right or wrong, but it's so ingrained in my head that one actually hurts to hear. Okay, all right. What else? Let's move along.
I think that was making Tom a little too happy, so I'm not going to do the deep voice anymore.
Aluminum elastomer. That would take a tremendous amount of pressure, and it would have very little return. All right, let's see here. World of Outlaws Dirt Racing 24 is available for pre-order. So if you're looking for a more basic outlaw version of iRacing, you can do that. And now we have a video, little shot here of Cadwell Park. This 18-turn, 3.5-kilometer circuit joins iRacing with next week. It's already next week, Season 4 build. Can you believe it?
It's actually looking really good too.
Yeah.
When I first saw the screenshots for Cadwell Park from iRacing, I'm like, this can't be iRacing. There's no way. But man, they're putting more and more effort into fleshing out these tracks. It's crazy. It's good because I think that's like when you look at some of the iRacing's old tracks, Like they're just like a huge eyesore. But this now, man, like they're on the game now with how they're making these tracks.
I agree. My favorite part is the
Yeah.
falling leaves. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
The important thing is the trees. If Random Call Sign was here, he'd say the most important thing is the trees. If the trees are realistic, then the track is good.
It's so true.
So to me, the trees look very realistic. So I think the track will be great.
The trees are critical, actually. I mean, especially if you know the track
Yeah.
from a local perspective.
Mhm.
Also, part of the new Season 4 update will be the new BMW M4 G82 GT4. I expected you to comment on that, by the way.
Oh, me?
You're our BMW guy.
It's the GT4.
It's just another slut of sim racing. No.
I'm a BMW guy, but I don't like the new BMW car style. So to me, it's just I don't race GT4. So I'm like, okay, well, cool for the GT4 guys. Hey, you got a new car.
Do you?
I mean, I'll try it out. I'll try it out when we do our review, like our live review of it. I'll try it out and give it a go. But I'm not a GT4 guy, so cool.
Do you guys remember how big a deal it was when a new car came out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if you go back to like the R Factor Central era. Like,
Yeah.
games didn't come with a lot.
Mm-mm.
And there was not a lot of DLC. This was not the normal. And the normal was you bought a game and it came with like 12 cars and 18 tracks. And then maybe there'd be an update that would add one or two. But for the most part, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when like Dave Purdy released the McLaren for R Factor. And it was
Yeah.
like the McLaren F1. And it was like, oh my God, how awesome is this? Like, who would have thought this
Right?
would be, it's like, and now it's like, I feel like it happens so frequently that we forget how awesome it can be when new content
Right.
comes out.
I think it's more of, I mean, we talked about this a while ago, how in our days, before let's say 15, 20 years ago, you only saw these cars on TV or magazine. Like
Yeah.
you didn't see them in real life or anything like that. You just heard about them and you're like, oh, you always, you had the posters up on your car. Like me, I had the Knight Rider car poster up on my wall. I had all those cars, the Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider. Like, I had all those posters up on my wall. And like, because you never saw them in real life, or even like race cars, you never saw them in real life. And now you see them almost all over the place, or like there's a racetrack near you where you can go see these tracks. So I think the excitement of new cars isn't really what it used to be because now they're just so readily available anywhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
everything.
so yeah, I mean,
It's
yeah,
so much different. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, like
even
it's
just
cool to
how
bring
much
a new
it's a
car.
global world, too. So,
Yeah,
cars that were from other nations even would be so, like, unseen. But now that's not
yeah,
nearly as common. I want to get a couple good mornings. Ant Woodward, good morning. Yeah, Cadwell does look narrow indeed. Terry Crouch, good morning to you. FPS problems with all's updates. And I know there's also on the English, as Joe has said,
right.
maybe the people who invented it probably say it right. Yeah, there's probably some truth to that.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Fanatic, BMW M4 GTS match. Hey, you got a driver 69.
yeah.
Hey, he's got the matching rim for that car.
Nice.
That is super cool. I rock a Mazda rim for when I run the Mazda Miata, which unfortunately no one will ever race with me anymore. But okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, new cars. Even their language tries. Shakespeare. Well, Shakespeare. I'm not sure
Right.
Shakespeare got English right. He might have been like the radical. All right, what else? That's it
No.
for my racing, by the way.
No, but yeah, I didn't want to sound like too unenthused, but no, I'm excited. Like more cars to this service is great for the people that love GT4 racing or like the road car racing. Like, hey, more cars, more stuff for people to drive. Hell yeah. Just to me, like I'm not really a GT4 racer, so I'm like okay, yeah. But happy for the guys that want to see this.
Yeah. All right, Assetto Corsa Competizione had an update 1.10.3. It's out on Steam. Updates to the Fnatic GT World Challenge Europe 24 season as bonus content with entries, liveries, drivers, and championship season. Also, the Turtle Beach Velocity 1, Moza R3, R12, and R21 controller presets.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Even the Velocity 1. I think that was it from Assetto, right?
Yeah, I think they're kind of like doing like little like quality of life updates as they're focusing on Assetto Corsa Evo.
Yeah.
So I think we'll start seeing these little updates from now on up until release of Evo. But it's cool that they're actually still giving people, help, still making sure the community is taken care of with these updates.
And they are on sale on Steam if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a few games on sale on Steam right now. Is there like a... Oh, don't they usually do like a Halloween, big Halloween time sale?
Yeah, they usually do a fall sale like late September, October, something like that. Yeah. But I know AC and ACC, they've been on sale for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the new Evo page is... Oh, that was June. Sorry. Wrong 27th. I was like, wait, haven't I mentioned that already?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird, man. For a game that was supposed to be out by now, and all we've seen are screenshots, I don't know. It's a little worrying.
And horribly...
that we haven't gotten more info yet.
And no offense, but horribly blatantly rendered photos. I mean, come on, that's not game. Yeah. That's Gran Turismo picture mode,
Yep.
So, okay, let's see. I want to just catch up. Michael Tuck, you'll rock the MX-5. Thank you. How many cars are in iRacing right now? I think they're up to 321 cars.
Too many that need to be retired.
321 cars. Labor Day sale, that's what it is. Yeah, and I just noticed R Factor's on sale as well.
Yep.
Evo is already the best sim out there.
I believe Joa. Joa says I believe him.
Fact. All right, R Factor 2, summer surprise. The R Factor 2 daily deal is now live on Steam. So they had to outdo AC. Yep. AC is only 75% off. R Factor 2 is 80% off.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there was a little bit of an update on the 20th. Small surprise update. Did you cover that last week? That would have been you. That would have been your watch.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you did.
I don't even remember what I had for lunch today.
Speaking...
I'm getting old, man. I'm getting grays in my hair.
Oh no!
On my head. I'm getting old.
Holy patch, Batman! Another one. Rensport beta 1.10.0. That's weird. Wait, what was the number on the other one? Why are these numbers so similar? That makes... Assetto... Was it Assetto?
Assetto should... Assetto... Yeah, ACC?
They just had the patch, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 1.10.3 was patched for ACC.
Mm-hmm.
And Rensport is at 1.10.0. Huh?
Oh, I need to go back and give it a try. I haven't tried it in a couple of weeks. I need to go back and give it a go. I'm still not too enthused about the progress with it, but I need to go back and give it a go just to see how well it's been progressing.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell a really basic joke. Oh, I have the disclaimer up. Hold on. Turn off the disclaimer. Now, to make this better, I'm going to turn the disclaimer back on, and then I'm going to tell a joke. Everybody get ready for the big "How dumb is Sean" joke. Are you ready? Rensport. Jeddah Corniche Circuit is now live on Rensport. Is that how you say it? Jeddah?
You did? Yeah.
Oh, I got it right? Oh, I thought I was going to ruin it.
That's the English version. But yeah, you said it for the most part. You said it right.
Set on the banks of the Red Sea, the 27 turn. Wow. World's fastest street circuit is now available for everyone to race on. Don't sleep on this exciting new track. Download Rensport now and start our race. Tell you what, I'm looking at the screenshots without even opening them up, and my graphics card is going, please help me. Please help me.
To be honest, when you're in game, the graphics don't look like that. Again, when I'm in it, my graphics do not look that good. I have everything maxed out, and it does not look that good.
So yeah, you can try Jebediah Corniche.
Yeah.
I-
Oh, God.
All right.
We're gonna get banned from Saudi Arabia.
They talked about buying the show too. And
Oh,
is there a joke,
oh
Cam?
man.
If I had a joke worthy of it, I would, Tom. But I knew that was pretty pathetic. I knew that was sad.
Yeah.
All right. Um, that was it from Rensport, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think because last week, yeah, there was a lot of their ESL R1 esports where they were in Jeddah. They were doing a lot of that last week. That's really, yeah. I don't think that was pretty. Yeah, that was there wasn't really much news on the game itself.
There you go. All right. Is anyone actually paying attention to Rensport? I feel like R1 and the open beta have a negative effect on its popularity. Um, Big Ben, that is a great question that I think we posed when they first came out with the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it? And I think you could take this argument outside of Sim to anything that goes early access, let's call it, on Steam. Is it detrimental to future sales? I think it really can be. I think if
Yeah.
you let people in too early and they are underwhelmed, that even if they played it for free, that they might already have a negative impression and not come back to buy it. And depending on how long you spend in that early access can start to actually turn negative opinion as well, because people start like really, now you're on the clock for updates, now you're on the clock for everything that you do, and it's all public. So yeah, now other games, now that's just straight up if no other factors are taken into consideration.
Right.
In other cases, sometimes games will have a fee for early access of some sort, and it is a money drive to be able to complete the game. So look at something like, and I don't quote me that these were actually happened this way, but I'm giving you examples that I think. But like, look at like Wreckfest. Look at BeamNG. Some of these titles existed in early access with huge like cult level followings, and really made the foundation of their community, so that as they got bigger and bigger, there were that many people who were really loyal to it. So I think it can work in your favor if you need to fund the company, you need to fund the game. If you might need that beta test team. If you're unknown and you don't have a million friends, you need people who can test your game to A, give you opinion, B, troubleshoot problems and errors, find compatibility with hardware, including computers and our driving hardware. So it can be an essential point. So I don't want to shed only negative light. In the case of Rensport, where I feel like they probably were a well-funded company, they had a lot of affiliations and things already. I mean, look at the licensing they had intact out of the gate. So I don't think they've done themselves favors. I also don't think they've done themselves favors by the hardcore group who would see them kind of push or force their esport and interject it as like this legitimate esport when you have a game that's not even ready for prime time. I think that's something I personally have an issue with. Like I'm sorry, but you can't put money on the line when you are still a Swiss cheese of a game, and if you're not letting the masses pay for it and play it, you're definitely not ready to be esport level, in my opinion. So
Yeah, I think that was my biggest problem with Rensport. It just seems like, hey, they did this huge announcement. They brought, all these esport drivers, all these social media influencers to this big event that they held, and and then and I don't want to keep on bashing on them, but what was the number one thing you heard from everybody that they interviewed? The curbs feel great.
I was gonna say the curbs,
right? That was it. That was literally it. Just the curbs feel great, and they focus too much on pushing the esport part of it down our throats, but never talked about what's actually going on in the game. To me, that was a big turn off. Like, why are you so focused on esports and you're not telling me about this game or how it's going to play or anything like that? And then you give us beta access, and we're in the beta, and there's like it's very, very basic. Like you can't even like the cars had horrible setups, and you can't even change the setup of the car. Like you're stuck with what you have. And it just felt like the the people are actually be playing this game are just like are an afterthought compared to the esport drivers that they're like esport that they're trying to promote and push so hard. And to me, that was like I really made me have like really no like maybe not care about this title at all. I'll go in there every once in a while, try it out, see if things have changed, but like that's why I haven't made any videos on it. I haven't really talked about it. Nothing. Just because if they don't really care about us, then why should I care about it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was a little upset when I saw the list of esport teams because they went and invited like three like no
Yeah.
gaming teams and let them build sim
Yeah.
teams instead of honoring the existing structure of esport and esport teams that have put
Yeah.
in their time and their dues. And to me, that is one sign of nothing more than a cash motivated only
Yep.
thinking company. Sorry. Now, PS4 says Rensport is a cheddar cheese of sim racing, and he calls it SimFax. I am going to argue bitterly against that because I feel like cheddar is my favorite cheese. So don't do
Yeah.
that to cheddar. Don't do that to cheddar. I'm not going to call them the brie of cheese either, but yeah. All right. Yeah, 138 cars in iRacing is the current count. No, Rensport is still free as far as I know. You have to get
Yeah, it's
a
still
code
free right
from
now.
them.
Yep.
I think it's open for
Well, it's
code.
open beta.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open beta now. And that was the other
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, the whole code thing that Big Ben's talking about. It's just, I felt like they just really didn't care. Like, yeah, that was shocking to me. Like, where they brought 3 FPS esport teams. Like, hey, you guys are gonna be now the sim racing teams. Like, what? Like, what about all these other, big sim racing teams, esport sim racing teams that have like a long history, and you pick these FPS guys over them? Like what? Yeah, that was just to me. It was just there were so many things that were just mind-boggling
Yeah.
about it.
So other updates in it beyond the track, by the way. So there were some car improvements and whatnot. The cheese whiz of cheese. I didn't say that. I'm just reading. Tom Jones. So interesting conversation. So 32.9 monitor is now the go-to choice for esport. Yes, and I'll probably tell you why. Because me and Amir had this conversation yesterday. Number one, frame rate. It's 2/3 as many pixels as triple screens. So it means their systems are going to run that much more powerfully. So that's good. Two, it just looks so clean. So when you are using a camera and filming, not having the bezels just looks really clean, especially when you're doing a close-up over the shoulder angle of the drivers, which is what they mostly are doing. And then lastly, also on the camera, it's only this big instead of this big. I can get a much better camera angle, and I am actually right now considering going down to a 32.9 for my main rig for you guys, because it makes for better filming. It's just easier to film around. So that's probably why. Also, it's easier to set up. It's one monitor to carry and set up and no bezel adjustments. So when you're doing these on-location events, bam, 4 bolts and the monitor's done versus 12 bolts in alignment process. So, and less to go wrong. 1 HDMI or whatever cable instead of 3.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm at less power. 1 power plug instead of 3. So yes, for an event, I could see why. In fact, if I was going to do an event, I would never do triples ever again. Because, yeah. All right, moving right along. The rest, we're going to move along because some of the next ones aren't going to be quite as good, and I do want to get things going here. But Race Room, they're putting a lot of focus in Race Room right now, so their upcoming update is going to be a massive graphics update, which is probably critical.
6 days.
Yeah. So they've got a bunch of different comparison videos before, after, new shaders, new graphics kit, all sorts. It's going to be a total facelift for Race Room, supposedly, and something we should all look forward to. And yeah, as Amir said, we're like a week away.
Yeah, I'll probably make a quick video on it. To show the differences. Probably this weekend I'll film some pre-update, and then after that do some after update and just make a quick video on it to show people. Yeah.
Michael Tuck, I go back and forth. Every time I jump on my 49, I'm like, this is so cool because there's no bezels but it's just I do miss the immersion of being able to wrap to the peripheral because my triples basically fill my peripheral, and the 49 cannot. So if you're part of the season pass, or you can get them individually, but EA is announcing or reminding you of their update, their 2024 roadmap update. Because I think the next phase is coming out, which is the Winter 24 DLC 1 phase. Or no, I'm sorry, October. No, the WRC 2024 expansion is coming in October. So, coming up soon. Lots to go. WRC, I apologize. I'll get to that when we get to WRC. Forza Motorsport, exciting to reveal their update number 13. And with it, they're doing a poll to find out what their community events should focus on. Excuse me. Right now, that was hopefully they didn't. Amir probably just got a horrible burp in his ear. Sorry, Amir. So rude. GTX Sport Car Series is leading in the votes, 42% over the Forza Proto H Series over GTP. Well, that just shows you how out of touch the Forza community is. I'm kidding. Oh, I'm kidding. Oh man, the hate mail I'm gonna get tonight. Great.
You are banned from ever getting Forza. That's what Microsoft's gonna do to you, man. They're gonna ban the Simpit from Forza for the rest of our lives.
I banned myself after the last one that I paid for and drove once and said, really? And I've been waiting for any of the updates to talk about force feedback, and I've yet to see any. And so I'm actually, I kicked them to the curb before they kicked me to the curb. I'm done with them. No, get Gran Turismo. BeamNG teaser Thursday, sorry. Still works. Looks like, what is that car? Almost looks like a Skyline nose in the back, but I don't think it's a Skyline. Has anyone?
Look like an older like an R32.
BeamNG
a little bit.
So I bought a new Hot Wheels T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when I bought it, they were trying to sell me on Hot Wheels membership. Like, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have, like, items that are only available if you're a member. Like, certain T-shirts only available if you're a member.
Right.
And I almost did it because the one I wanted was just white writing on a black shirt. And I was like, well, I'm not joining as a member just to get that version. I'll take the black shirt with the colored logo. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ordered my shirt. But in doing so, I got on their email list. So they now have, like, a car that's came out that is a junkyard car. It's got, like, a rusty hood, a cracked windshield, a dirty rear window. It's missing a wheel. Yeah, it's like these brand new Hot Wheels wrecks. Totally reminds me of BeamNG, by the way. Or, or the other way around.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried BeamNG, I highly recommend it. If you want to have, the weekend's here. If you just get BeamNG and do nothing but their challenge modes, like just run them from start to finish, other than the stupid Cannonball one, I guarantee you will be like, all right, I got my money's worth for this game. I guarantee it. It is a really great diversion game for people who want to use their steering wheel and pedals and all that. A little tough to configure your hardware sometimes, but I'm not going to dwell on this because we cover it way too often and because they are just way too consistent with updates. But SCS Software, aka ATS, ETS, American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, showing off some of Arkansas, showing off some of Missouri, showing off. A lot of new updates and content coming, trailers they're releasing, and that team, they must have the biggest friggin' development team in all of motor gaming.
It's something that I just say that their people have a lot of passion. They have a lot of passion to be putting all this effort nonstop into ATS and ETS, man.
I am seeing more and more truck sim streamers than ever before recently too. So it's like it's actually a growing market.
And they have some really nice setups too. Like you're sometimes you're stepping into a truck.
Yeah.
So,
it's
crazy.
If as soon as somebody picks up the funding for the Sim Pit and gives me a studio of size, I would totally build a 18-wheeler sim rig and just make a rig totally dedicated to DCS or DCS ATS.
Yeah.
I'd have another
I
rig
just,
dedicated DTS. That's a whole other rig.
yeah. I just wish like the racing sim industry, like their people had as much passion as the ATS
Yeah.
guys. Man.
Yeah. Yes, T-Pain does stream ATS. He does. He has 5 rigs. One of them is dedicated to
Oof.
ATS. So
I only got
we've
one. I need them.
we've seen so many memes of the copycat Moza Sim Magic Fanatic copycat memes. It's been a great joke in our. We have a few sub jokes going on in our Discord right now. Joe Rogan is one. T-Pain, I guess, would be another, but T-Pain's more of a hero right now than a joke. And then the other is the copycat things going on. Anyway, if you need more length, I'm just saying, if you need more length, you can get a longer shaft or a shaft extension from Fanatic. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, but hey, we all have our own issues. But if your erection lasts more than 8 hours, please see a doctor. All right.
Right.
All right. That is new from Fnatic. I just say that because I think everyone else has already come out with theirs. So I mentioned it earlier. Sim Magic coming out with their curved pedal faces for the P1000. So if you thought, oh, those are flat. I don't like flat. I like curved pedal faces. Well, fret no more.
Yeah.
We've got the SPF standard flat plate now available. Or did I get it wrong? I got it wrong. The other way. I don't like this curved thing. Where's my flat pedal? I like flat.
That's what they're coming out with. Yeah, the flat pedals. Yeah, I like flat pedals too. I don't like curved pedal faces.
John Hill, I hear that Girth Shaft and Girth Shaft copycats aren't coming out until spring. Sorry, buddy.
But you know, I take that as something positive. Like if Fanatec is still, with all the problems they're dealing with, if they're still releasing products, I kind of take that as a
good sign.
Positive, as a good sign that, hey, you know, I'm not saying that that they're gonna stick around, but they might be around in one shape or another. Just at least they're still coming out with things. That's kind of a good sign that they're not fully dead in the water just yet. Yeah.
And it doesn't even say a different company name yet.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't say Corsair yet, so we're good.
Simicube doing what they do best. They give a bunch of gear to some ex-F1 driver and then get him to talk about it. So here it is. Take a lap around Monza with Mika Salo. And I like Mika Salo. I didn't mean anything bad by any of that. And by the way, very clever and effective marketing technique. And if I had the money to give stuff to F1 drivers to have them be part of the Sim Pit, I would.
My question is, do our young viewers even know who Mika Salo is?
Only they thought it was a sponsor because they used to put the name on the back of the Mercedes. Yeah. Remember, they used to have the name on the back. And, so maybe they think he's just some, beer company or something.
I mean, I remember him from the days when he used to race for McLaren Mercedes back in the day. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
All right.
That's right. I don't know if the young guys know who he is.
Pista, because I am pista off about this, but Pista Motorsport, Pista, I think would be correct. Is that Italian, Pista? Is that Italian?
Argentinian.
No way, Argentinian?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. We talked about these guys a while ago, like when we were covering the new games that are coming out this year. So these guys, they used to be modders for Assetto Corsa, and then they decided to launch their own studio and make their own sim racing title. So now you got Pista, which is going to be, for the beginning, it's going to be focused on Argentinian racing, but then as they get bigger and bigger, they're going to expand to more of a global race series and things like that. It's already out, early access. I'm going to download it this weekend, give it a go too, so see how good it is.
I feel like this is a story we've told before.
Yeah.
This sounds like...
Yeah, we've covered these guys before.
No, I mean, this sounds like the Rizza Motorsport story.
Yeah,
it's the Argentinian equivalent to what was the Brazilian startup.
Yep.
Known as a modding team turned developer using the engine of the team they modded for so long, and focusing on their regional efforts, which You know, I mean, in certain regions, that's a really big deal.
Yeah.
You know, and they run some cool cars. You know, in different regions. Like, can't remember where it is that runs that like hot bug, and it's like VW bugs, but these are like racier than you've ever could imagine a bug could possibly be.
Bugs on steroids.
Yeah, totally. All right, we're pretty much to the end of the show. I have some racing news and a few things to mention. But I'm gonna do a little lead into this one. I try to put a lot of focus, and one of the reasons I like having this show is so we can all gather and kind of just have something, you know, put us in a good mood together. I always talk about mental health. It's really important to me that you check in with your friends, your family. Maybe you're the one who needs help. Ask for help. You know, it's okay to tell your friend that you're down. It's okay to tell your friend that you're having a rough go at things. You know, they're there for you. Your family's there for you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your brain. Take care of others. And one of my favorite things is people in this world who go above and beyond their own lives to take care of others. And we have a community member who, if you don't know, you should know. And if you don't know how good a man he is, I want to talk about Ken Estep for a moment. He's doing a fundraising event for the Campbell Believe Veterans Memorial. Campbell is a region. It's the region that Ken lives in. He is a longtime, I was going to say servant. He's been a longtime helper for this group. And he is running, okay, let me get the details. It's in our news, so if you type in ! Discord, it will give you a link to our Discord channel. And in there, we have a section that's for submit links for news. But this is going to be the first ever annual Veterans Day CVMF. That's the charity Campbell Veterans Memorial Fund charity race. And this is going to be November 9th. And I am going to run in this to support Ken and all he does for the veterans of the U.S. I really appreciate. I talk to him about it a lot. It's something that's very important to him. He's been impacted by these things. I'm not going to go into that. You can always talk to Ken. He's very open about it. But it's going to be broadcast by Turn 200, and they're going to do final track selections coming up. Practice starts at 10. November 9th is the thing. Yeah. $10 donation. I will happily throw in my $10 to be part of this, and you can get more information in the Simpit News channel. Actually, I'm going to put a link.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably post this in our main channel, but right now it's in our Submit link channel. All right, let's see. Congratulations said that's David Clymer, not Dale Earnhardt. That is David Clymer, not in his normal red and gray. What's up with that? Ooh-wee. What's up with that? Anyway, this is at, where were they? Bristol, right? No, not Bristol. Dover.
Yep.
The Monster Mile. David Clymer winning over Johnny Alford with Joa Antonio finishing in third place. So congratulations to those guys. Want to give you a heads up or a warning or a reminder that the Simpit Racing League fall season begins September 29th. Gosh, I hope I'm back in time for that. I really do hope I'm back in time for the start of the season. Tom Jones throwing in $2. Oh, I forgot to give you the big very nice. For the first one. Hey, Ken Estep's here. Ken, thanks for everything that you do. I mean that, man. Ken, you are a great man. I really mean that. Anyway, if you would like information or like to join, I saw a few people join our Discord the other day and immediately type, I'm here for the road series. I love seeing that. We have signups going on right now. Get into the road channel. You can hit Amir up on our Discord if you need help. We'll have some practice races coming up a few weeks before everything.
Yeah, we start on the 17th.
Okay.
17th is when we start for our 2 preseason races. 29th is our official racing, so we're up to about 30 drivers. So we have, our slots are filling up quick. So if you're not in the league and you want to join our league, let us know. Let me know to DM me in Discord or go to our Road Series chat in Discord, and it's got all information about how to join up and race. The winners of the Pro and Am series will get a free pair of IMB Simpit gloves And then the safest driver will get a free pair of racing socks, all provided by IMB.
There's a link to the Twitter page for those flat pedals for the Sim Magic. They don't have any link to anything at their site. I don't think they're for sale just yet. I could be wrong. Yeah. But there's a link to the Twitter article.
Yeah. Hey, I'm saying, hey, RC. Just going through our comments. Yeah. Hey, buddy. How's it going, man? Man, video game madness. So I only have one rig. I will have two soon. Sean has so many rigs, but he's only got two up and running.
Right? I have two operational. I probably have 5 here. All right. This week it was rally, and I apologize to our rally guys. Last week I couldn't make it because I just was under the weather. This week I couldn't make it because of time restraints, and now I'm looking at the calendar, and I am out of racing until after the move. I mean, I'll do some stuff for filming and whatnot, but I have to get this done. It's freaking me out. So I'm unfortunately I won't, but I'll continue coverage obviously. So this week Rally Estonia is what just completed. We are now on to Rally Finland in the Simpit Rally League, and it was Jeff SMKU winning the event at Estonia, with PC Deadman coming in second and Joa Bloody McGee coming in third. Alesh Mom fourth, Max Power fifth, and it looks like we had 13. Come on, guys! Come on, people! We need to get those numbers back up. We had like 18 or so showing up last time. I guess I would be number 14. That would be one more. I don't see John Hill. John Hill, what's up? Anyway, and with that, after 2 events, I believe, Jeff SMKU is leading with 50 points over PC Deadman with 36, and Lesh Mom in third with 27. All right, let's see here. What was this one? Oh, yeah, we did that. Sim rigs. You know what? We are at 69 minutes. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to skip sim rigs. You know why? I don't care about Reddit sim rigs. Why are you there were no rigs posted in the post your rig section. If you want to see your rig seen on this show, go to the post your rig section in our Discord channel, post pictures of your rig, and I will make your rig the star of the next pit stop, or any pit stop for that matter. So we're going to skip skip sim rigs. If you want to check them out yourself, I just go to the thread of literally sim racing setups on Reddit, and there are a lot of rigs usually posted. You see this Deathmobile right there. But I think that is going to do it for me. What do you think, Amir? Any last thoughts from you today?
No. A lot of stuff you're able to do this weekend. Try out Pista. Get out and do some racing. That's it for me, man. Just have fun this weekend.
Awesome. I'm going to go play some disc golf, and then I'm going to start packing. So, yeah, big plans, big plans.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is going to do it. Everybody out there, thank you. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you for kicking off the weekend with us, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Get out there, do some sim racing, post pictures of your rig, check in on your friends, family, and neighbors, make sure everybody's doing well. If you need help, man, you can hit me up. Send me a message. Be like, man, I'm having a tough time. You want to talk? I'll talk to you. I mean it. I'm really... It's important that we check in and check up on each other. So be good to one another. Have a great weekend. Get out there. Do some sim racing. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole. That's Amir Assad. And we will see you on the track.